Hi, and welcome to Telly Talk. I'm Liv.
And I'm Ben.
And on this episode, you'll hear our carefully considered and not at all random thoughts on a show we like. There will be spoilers.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and we're giving ourselves an age rating of 15 and above, but you're welcome to make up your own mind. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to The Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch.
And the mystery is, why is this so much better than everything else in the world ever? Well.
I think we can help solve that.
Yes, we can. So this is Season 6, Episode...
5?
Yes!
Nice.
Oh, you're on fire.
I know, because I did look at it when we watched it.
Now, the title of this episode is The Giant's Door.
Yes, which makes sense, because there is a giant door.
There's something that they claim is a giant door.
A giant door. Well, they talk about giants quite a lot, and then there's quite a big door-like rock.
How door-like it is dependent on your perspective.
And if your perspective is front on, then it's quite door-like.
Okay, right, I think I'm starting to get a sense of your perspective on this one.
Literal.
Hey, look, whatever kind of doors you've seen, fine. But we jump straight in with this one where we recap or sort of rejoin where we left off last time, which is Chili and Josh wandering about aimlessly in the woods.
Yes, and I was a bit worried about how long they were going to do this for.
Yeah.
But it was actually quite productive, I thought.
Because they were wandering around for a bit, and I was like, oh, is anything going to happen? And I go, oh, they did find something. A sinkhole. A big hole in the ground.
And I was thinking, well, you want to be careful. And then they said, actually, this is probably that little dip thing on the map. And I thought, well, how long has this sinkhole been here? Is it really a sinkhole if it's just a hole? Surely sinkholes are like a continuous thing.
I don't think so.
You don't?
No, I think it's just... All a sinkhole is where a cavity has opened up underground and then eventually a hole falls through from the surface.
Okay.
So it's sort of a cavity underneath.
Right. So now it's just a dip.
Yeah.
So it's not really a sinkhole so much as a dip.
Well, that...
I feel like a sinkhole is like a continuous process.
I think...
So things keep sinking into it. You know, like quicksand.
Yes, but that's not... Quicksand isn't a sinkhole, it's quicksand.
No, I said like quicksand.
Right.
You know, where more than one thing can go in it. Like those 4 trees that fell in it.
Well, to be fair, more than one thing can fall in a sinkhole. Just, it's not going to keep going forever. Bottomless holes are not a thing.
Yeah, well...
Physics!
I was a bit unimpressed, I think, is what
I'm getting that sense.
I don't think they should have called it a sinkhole.
Even though that's literally what it was.
Yeah, but it's not, is it?
Well, so you're unimpressed by the literal sinkhole that is provably a sinkhole, but you are impressed by the door.
It's an impressive dip.
Okay. An impressive
And the door is fine.
And the door is fine.
Anyway, given the sinkhole that they find and the little squiggle on the map, I think that's pretty good representation. This map is terrible, and actually I think this makes sense. Yeah,
that's true. And they are emboldened because they look in the rough idea where they think there might be a dint in the floor, and they find a dint in the floor.
Yeah.
And so they're like, do you know what we need to do? Split up.
Well,
don't split the party, boys. That's never a good idea.
Yeah. What I did think was quite good, though, is... I don't think it happens here, but they talk about it later, where they're thinking, okay, from the ridgeline to this sinkhole was about 1/3 of a mile, and that now gives this map some scale, because the next marker is, on the map, equidistance between the sinkhole and the ridgeline.
You listeners, you can't see Liv's face when she says sinkhole. The sneering disdain.
I think they could probably hear
it. Seeing it is quite another thing.
Okay, well, that's fun for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gives them some scale and perspective on the map and what that means.
Yeah, and they go looking for the H, and I guess H stands for hut.
Yeah. Yes.
Because
Or house.
Well, yes, or house, yes. Because Josh finds a wooden structure and declares this is from the 1800s for sure.
Yeah, well, building materials, way of building. It just screams
Sheer hopium.
1800s.
Yeah. And he says there is no evidence of mining and it's definitely not for hunting.
Hunting. H for hunting.
But it's not for hunting.
Hunting hut.
But it's not for hunting.
Okay, fine.
Josh has declared it that it's definitely not.
Maybe the map's just being covert.
I still think it's H for hut. Or home, or house, or homestead. Or hideout. Hideout. Ooh. But yeah, I've just wrote H symbol for cabin. Plainly, I wasn't quite up to
You
speed.
weren't ready for hut yet.
H for cabin. Can you tell I was tired?
But this isn't very much of a hut anymore.
No.
There's like 4 logs high.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it's still pretty impressive, though.
3 walls. No, there
Yeah.
weren't 4, were there?
No. Well, I think there was sort of, but obviously the open doorway bit would have caved in more around that. But yeah, and Chili like acts as the audience proxy, and he's like, "So where do we go next then?"
Yes.
And then Josh is like, "What the hell is it for?" And I'm like, "That is an existential question that we can all engage with."
Is that a direct quote?
Yes.
What the hell is it for?
What the hell is it for?
As in another H. It's a hell hut.
A hell hut.
Makes no sense.
Right.
What?
I'm just not sure where you're going with that.
I'm just thinking of H words, if I'm honest.
It's a horrendous hell hut.
Yeah.
But it does give them hope.
Oh, it does. Oh, nice one.
But they hightail it back to the group. Because they're like, well, we found a thing, so let's go back to Daddy Ron.
Yeah, well, it was probably also quite late in the day by this point, because
Yeah.
they'd been out for a while.
They'd been hiking a lot.
And it looks hot.
Hey!
But it actually does.
That was
Hot
good.
hiking to the hut.
At the heat of the day.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Shall we stop now?
All right.
Okay. So they return to good old Ron, and they then expound this theory that the reason that there's only the hut and no other markings at this stage is that they theorise that Rhodes was searching for the golden staircase but didn't find it.
I thought that was quite a good theory.
Well, it certainly works well for the telly show, because we've already gone, why would you go looking for the things they've already found? Because they will plainly have pillaged them.
It answered that question.
Well, it certainly gives us hope.
Yeah. So they're going, okay, so he couldn't find it and he needed a base camp somewhere to be whilst searching for this golden staircase.
A home base.
Yes, indeed. So that's what the hut is for.
Possibly the hub for their search.
Hub, that's the word I was thinking of
Yes.
earlier. Nice one.
Hubba-dub-dub, straight from the tub.
Okay, you made it weird.
That's what I do. So they summon the minds, the great gathering of the team, and they go, hey, or James, our expert ancient civilizations guy, does what we all should have done, which was go, hey, this map that is very simply drawn and has like hardly anything on it, has anyone thought about the giant tree in the bottom right there? Because that looks different to everything else. Maybe that's a feature.
Yeah, because there are maybe 4 or 5 trees at the top on the ridge line, and then there's just one tree near the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
And they said, well, we just kind of thought it was, there's some trees there. But you're right, this area is surrounded by lone trees that stand out. Maybe it is a marker.
So yeah, they theorised that because there was some wording in the Deseret that was talking about like the giant hands protects the golden staircase.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, giants are a thing in a lot of local cultures and stuff. So maybe they literally mean giant hands will protect it in some way. And that's a giant tree, it could be. Could it be?
And he meets someone who shows him the markings.
Yes, Don Mitchell of the Shoshone tribe. He's a medicine man.
Mm-hmm. And he takes Charles. Is that his name?
No, James.
James. He takes James to go and look at these
petroglyphs.
Petroglyphs. I was going to say pictures. It's not dissimilar. And there are some that do seem very interesting. And there's one of a giant. And when he says giant, he doesn't mean like fairy tale giant. He means tall people, like about 7 foot.
Yeah.
And so he looks at this one particular drawing of a giant man. And in one hand, he's holding something.
Swirly
the
thing.
tree of life, they think it is, or the depiction of life.
It's the swirling, like, swirl of life.
Yeah. And then in the other hand, he's holding a weird shape that he decides is a tree. It did not look very much like a tree to me. No. It looked like a lamp.
Or a mushroom.
I grant you, they probably didn't have lamps in the same way.
Maybe one of the other chambers is like the golden mushroom. Yeah.
But he says it's a tree.
Yeah.
Hence, then, the link to the tree on the map.
Yeah. That's true. So what we're basically... Their theory is that a ancient tribe of basketball players carried trees around and had a golden staircase behind a giant stone door. There's no golden
staircase on the petroglyphs,
though. No.
That's not there.
No. Well, maybe they didn't have any gold paint at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mystery solved.
Yeah, so Don Mitchell talks about all of that, and he's like, my theory is that giants did it. So there you go. So they're going to go and find a giant tree.
And again, using the newfound scale of the map, they know vaguely where to search now.
And they wander about and go, hey, look, a giant tree on a ridge line. Let's go over there. Because they also notice that there's below the picture of the tree on the map, there's also just like a U-shaped
another scribble.
And they're like, oh yeah, we didn't notice that either. Oh yeah, maybe there's something nearby.
Yeah, so when they go over to this lone tree...
Well, they don't... Yeah, oh, sorry, yeah.
They notice that it has previously been struck by lightning. Because it has quite a big scar going down its trunk. Yeah. And what was interesting to me was they said this was probably already here, got struck by lightning before it became a marker, and then it was used as a marker because of that feature.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to add anything to it.
This tree looks quite striking.
But it's a covert way of leaving a message then, which I hadn't really thought about and is actually a really clever idea.
Yeah. Yeah. It does rely on you finding a tree that's been hit by lightning.
No, but it doesn't have to be lightning, does it? It could just be a natural feature that's there anyway.
I guess.
Like, I'm sure in a previous season of this, they've used previously a rock in the shape of an arrow. Like, it kind of looked like it was pointing.
Didn't they carve that, though?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. We'll have to go back and check on that one.
It was a few seasons ago.
We need a VAR review. But yeah, what I love about this is unnecessary rappelling. Because they walk all the way up to the tree, and they go, we need to get down there.
Yeah, because the little squiggle on the map is directly below.
Yeah, so they're like, we have to rappel down. We can't possibly just walk back down where we came from. That would take upwards of 2 minutes longer. So we got to get all of our stuff on, and we got to rappel down to see if there's any markings on the wall.
Yeah.
And they rappel down, and they're like, there's no markings. And there's clearly like 5... like circles carved into it that they rappel down past.
I didn't see any circles.
Yeah, there was like 5 circles in like a T shape that, like, I don't know, maybe someone's already put like crampons in there or something in the past, but it was very clearly some like artificial markings, and they just went, nothing here.
Well, I didn't see those, so you've got a good eye.
So yeah, and then James proceeds to spend the rest of the episode walking around in his little harness.
I see. The thing is, when they were rappelling down, I thought, wow, they've gone a long way, sort of out of their way, that they now have to rappel down. A bit later on, they split up.
Yeah.
Where's he gone? Oh, he's walked back up. You're right. I hadn't put 2 and 2 together, but it was really close. I just walked round.
I'm starting to think that they're jazzing this up unnecessarily.
Yeah.
What I did enjoy is when they were rappelling down, because they weren't wearing helmets, they clipped the GoPro camera to Josh's cowboy hat. So he just had this little camera clipped to his cowboy hat.
I wish you'd have pointed that out. I didn't notice that.
I was saving it for the episode, but I just love. It just feels so American. I'm gonna clip this camera to my cowboy hat. Yeehaw!
Let's go.
Yeah, down this unnecessary rappelling. But yeah, they split the party again and again. If you've ever played D&D, don't split the party. But obviously, this goes well. because Josh immediately finds a big rock that he declares to be a door.
Well, I would like to point out that there are no dungeons or dragons.
Well, you don't know what's behind the door. To be fair, seems like if you were going to seal off a dungeon, you might want to put a big giant's door in the way.
Didn't your party in D&D when you were DMing...
Oh, God.
Didn't they spend a whole session deciding what to do about a door, and it turned out it was just unlocked and they could have just opened it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was still slightly better than that one time they spent 3.5 hours on a session, and the only thing they do was one person half climb through a window. Still one of the best sessions I've ever had. The paranoia I instilled in those poor people. But yes, they did argue for a great deal of time about what to do with the door, and then eventually towards the end of the session someone said, "Oh, I will start fiddling with the lock," and after about half an hour of faffing, I was like, it is already unlocked.
Yeah.
And there was nothing on the other side. This was supposed to just be an incidental doorway. I just pulled it out of my head, out of nowhere, which as a DM was evidently a mistake. But yes, this seems like it's a bit more of a thing. Like this, if this was D&D, this would very much be a scenario that you would have spent a lot of time planning, because this is very definitely a deliberate door.
Yes.
Or possibly just a
okay, because now you're admitting that it is a door-like
I
feature.
don't know. It's weird. It does look out of place, but it's not a door because it sticks up out of the ground. There's like...
Yeah, so what there is this big rectangular rock, like really big, and then either side of it, more narrow rectangular rocks acting like a frame.
Yeah, it did
So then the
look
big
weird.
rock feels like the door that would just open out of the frame.
But there's not a full... It's not like it goes into the side of a cliff.
It kind of does.
Sort of.
Because they rappel down to it. And then... What? They didn't have to, but they did. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it just... I don't know. It's not screaming door to me, but... And I was like, okay, well, they're just going to blow it up.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's an actual door.
It seems like that's what you were saying.
It looks like a door.
Yeah.
And it's probably a plug, is what they're saying.
The giant's plug!
Yeah, like it's... there's a cave entrance behind it, and they've put this rock in place as...
They're going to somehow get this out. There'll be like a 1 foot high gap, and... Eric's going to scramble in, and then someone will drop a rock on him. And...
No, they've got a whole different plan.
No, it'll be Chili that'll get stuff dropped on him.
Because it's too big, and too... So the rock itself is too big, and the area is too remote to get heavy machinery there.
Yes, and they're not allowed to blow it up because it's near a creek bed.
Yes, so it's near a waterway, and the restrictions in Utah mean that you can't put explosives on rock that close to waterways.
Yeah, because they go back again and gather the team to tell Dwayne all about it.
Yes,
James Thurston's team, he's like, "You're going to blow that son of a bitch up?" And they're like, "Can't do it, Dwayne." And I could see Dwayne just going, but if it was me, I would totally blow it up and be like, "No, it wasn't me."
What? There's a restriction? Oh, whoops. Too late now.
Oh, well, I'll just unblow up this giant rock.
Yeah.
Also, in the middle of nowhere where no one's going to know we blew it up. Oh, shucks. But yeah, everyone else on the team is far too goody two-shoes to do that malarkey. So they're still trying to figure out what to do about it. And Eric goes, "I shall scan." Because that's what he does for everything.
Is it a DAR scan? PAR?
SAR.
Oh.
Synthetic aperture radar.
Yeah, and what was the thing that I said when we were watching it? I said they should scan it.
You did.
And then... Eric says it, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah!" And I said it first.
I'm really hoping that this scanning will be more useful than the last scanning that he did, because the last scanning he was like, "Well, I'm going to scan for a different area, and we'll go in via that," and then they just went in the same hole they already had and went, "Here is a scan." Yes, that's what we found.
Yeah, I think that's partly because he was injured and still wanted to do something.
Yeah, but that didn't involve him going underground again.
Just do some pointless scanning. It will look great. We can include it as footage, and you can stay on the ground.
Now, if ever there was a time where I felt the absence of Chadro, it was when they were like, "So we need to fly this equipment over the ground in a light aircraft at progressively lower altitudes."
They said we need a plane.
Yes. And I thought, if I hadn't have known better, I thought that Dwayne was sort of signalling that Chad was going to appear out of nowhere.
Because he said, "I've got a pilot."
And I'm like, It just felt like... And we didn't really learn anything about the pilot. He was just a placeholder.
He's just a pilot.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was confused about this methodology, shall we say? Because what they say is that they need to fly the plane above the door, and they need to fly it 4 times across, each time 50 feet lower, so that they will get 200 feet underground as a scan. And I was like, why don't they just do one pass at the lowest altitude, and then that'll get all of it? That just seems... Why are they doing multiple passes?
Well, maybe it won't do all of it. Maybe it can only do 50 feet at a time, and therefore to get a whole picture, you have to go over.
So it doesn't do the intervening, it just does one point, and so you have to go cross-section.
Yeah, and that's why the plane had to get lower. So you start at the highest point to get the first 50 feet of ground, then move down, then move down, then move down. You get the full 200
Then what
feet.
they needed was a helicopter, so they could just go
I did think,
down.
what about a helicopter?
Maybe they're all too... Well, to be fair, the only helicopter supplier in town is Brandon Fugel's brother's company, and he wouldn't lend it out.
Yeah. It's like, no, we're
Not
using
for
it
you.
for our ranch.
There are only 2 helicopters in the entirety of Utah, and we have them. Not for you. But yeah, so they do it. And then we get the big drama to end the episode.
Hang on. So these flyovers have to be accurate and precise.
Yeah.
And they make it quite dramatic. So they do the first flyover, it doesn't really matter because it's the first one.
Boring.
But then the subsequent ones have to be the exact same as that first one.
But each one is perfect.
And we get the tension music, and we get the facial expressions, and yeah, each one, that was perfect. And then the next one is, that was... perfect.
And that one was even more perfecter.
Yeah. Okay, well, like, I don't feel like we needed all of this drama. Like, just say that they did it well.
But Liv, we end the episode with risk and peril.
Oh, that's true.
Because Josh is on the radio and it's all gone crackly and he's like, where are you guys? And then Chili...
because Josh is on the ground with someone.
Yeah, the guy who's the scanner owner.
Oh, that's right. And then the pilot and Chili are in the plane, and they lose contact.
And then their radio are going, our instruments have gone crazy. End of episode.
No, the instruments had gone black.
Oh,
there were no instruments.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure in an aircraft that size, they're flying by sight, so I don't really know how important instruments are. But that's just me.
Someone's watched too much Air Crash Investigation. They were very much instrument flying, like sight flying.
Yeah, well, they were.
Are you trying to suggest that perhaps they might be faking all of this drama for the show?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Really? You hadn't thought of that?
I hadn't thought of that, no.
You think this is all being documented exactly as it happens?
Yeah.
With no artifice.
Yeah.
Like you were like, they absolutely had to rappel down that steep ravine.
Yeah.
There was no way possible for them to have progressed otherwise.
Look, I get complete buy-in on these shows.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. And I think I'll probably get more enjoyment out of it because of them.
Yeah. But
so,
yeah.
Go me.
That was the episode, and it was more eventful than the last episode. I enjoyed this.
Yes, and I did like the setup, and they've made me care about this map now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there with them now. I don't really see there's going to be a golden staircase, but I'm excited to find out what its metaphor is.
Okay. So how would you rate this episode?
I am going to go with 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Yes. Solid, yeah. They've got my interest. There was enough, but I am still eager to find out more.
So if Oak Island operates on the minimum of 5... like the 5 to 10 range. Where does Blind Frog sit?
Oh.
Is that the same? Could it never get lower than a 5? Or is this got a wider range than Oak Island?
It has got a wider range. But the trouble is, it's a good show. So
right. Okay. So the trouble is, it's a good show, and so it can be rated lower than Oak Island.
I have a full scale open for this, but I don't feel like it would ever get below a 5. But it's possible.
That seems like a roundabout way of basically going, it's the same as Oak Island.
No, because Oak Island, for me, just has this really big pull where just sitting down to watch it is enough, and it doesn't really matter what they show me because I just feel so good watching it.
Right.
And I think...
It's the hate watch for Emma Culligan, isn't it?
No, I think it goes back to when we first started watching it, and I think it was in COVID, and it was really quite comforting. I got a lot of comfort from watching it.
Hey, look, they're allowed outdoors.
Yeah, and It was when Dad was allowed to come round, and he'd suggested it because he'd seen some news articles or something. And
just for clarity, he was in our bubble. You make it sound like he's not allowed to come round now for some reason.
Oh yeah, no, just the COVID thing.
Yeah.
That was when we started watching it, and so now it just feels homely and comforting to me.
I feel like we started watching it before COVID.
Well, whether we did or we
whenever,
didn't,
yeah.
that association of finally we can be together and watch something and have that time.
Oh, okay. So it's an entirely, like, almost irrelevant sentimentality.
Yes,
that's why.
it has nothing to do with Oak Island. It's just that's the show that we were watching when I experienced those feelings.
I love that you are the worst person to be rating episodes of any of these shows.
I'm entitled to my opinion.
Yes, you admit it has nothing to do with the actual show that we're watching.
So what I'm saying is, Blind Frog doesn't have that limitation.
Okay.
But it's really good, so I don't actually see it getting below there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas if I was doing Oak Island and I didn't have that sentimental attachment, it would probably get a lot lower from me.
Okay. So I'm going to give mine 4 utterly vital rappels down a wall out of 7. Vital. Solid, good hearty fare. Nothing spectacular this episode. We aren't finding gold bullion in a 200-foot cavern.
Yeah.
And no one was buried alive.
No one's nearly died, yeah.
Yep, there was no unnecessary life risk-taking apart from
the rappelling.
No, that was utterly vital. That wasn't frivolous or pointless or entirely unjustified.
The cameraman just walked around.
Yep. No, they rappelled down first.
Okay.
They didn't need a cameraman. They had, to be fair, it gained an extra point for having a cowboy hat camera.
Cowboy
hat cam. So yeah, that a nice solid effort, but nothing spectacular.
Similar to my score then.
Yeah, similar to your score. And on that note, that's all, folks.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Toodles!